Hello and welcome to the Caravan and Motorhome Club's online virtual club week, where I'm going to be talking to friends and colleagues to find out everything you'll need to know about touring this year and next. I love to cycle. It's something I enjoy hugely, particularly when I'm touring. But sometimes I enjoy the cycle out more than the cycle back, which is why I, like many people, have been considering an e-bike. That's why we've decided to get Michelle Jakeway from Raleigh Bikes here to explain the ins and outs of the e-bike. Hi Michelle, how are you?
Hi Matt, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Your kitchen looks stunning today.
Thank you.
When you're not in your kitchen, I presume you're out on a bike. How often do you get to use an e-bike? Is that what you choose these days?
A bit of variety, really. It depends on where we're going and if we've got the kids with us, because they're quite fast. So to keep up with them, it's quite useful to have an e-bike as well. And obviously, depending on where we're riding and what the terrain's like, I choose a variety of different bikes.
So, I mean, during lockdown, cycling of all sorts has just seen a huge spike, hasn't it? People have gone crazy for it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been fantastic to see people returning to cycling, after they've not ridden for many decades. So it's been a really nice sort of pause in time for a lot of people, just to reevaluate what they're doing with their spare time. And as a result of that, we see a lot of new people riding bikes.
And e-bikes in particular have, I mean, for a while now, they've been, really coming to the fore. But I've seen, I think, more on the roads during lockdown than I've ever seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, e-bikes are a great enabler for anybody of any ability to get out there, enjoy the fresh air, and you can just really decide on the day how much assistance you need, whether you're feeling quite tired and you need to put it into turbo, or you're feeling quite energetic, and ultimately you can turn it off if you should require. So so they're a great opportunity for people to get out there and experience cycling regardless of whatever fitness you are.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I see cycling as a way to stay fit, but you don't have to use the assistance if you don't want to, or you've got that sliding scale, as you say, that really makes a big difference for people.
It does, yeah, and you're dead right. I mean, I'm sure we've all been on a bike ride at some point and you thought, oh no, there's going to be this really big hill that we're going to encounter, or there's a section of it that I'm not really that confident on. And the e-bike really allows you to tackle any part of the route with confidence, because it's there as a bit of a security blanket that you can turn on that assistance and just literally whiz up the hill. It makes it absolutely effortless for anybody who's not ridden one, and it's a real good confidence generator. So a lot of people say to me that they're often nervous in traffic in terms of pulling away at a junction. So the e-bike is just perfect, because with one twist of the pedal, then you're away at good speed, regardless of it being flat or up a hill. So they're amazing to ride, and they bring so much joy to different people of different abilities.
That's the bit I think that's key, because I love cycling. I'd say the rest of my family not as keen, and yet if I'm on a normal bike and they're on e-bikes, we are on the same. We can keep going all day and nobody grouses, nobody moans.
No, absolutely. And it's great as well if you go out with grandparents as well that maybe aren't quite as able as some of the younger generation that you're riding with. But having said that, e-bikes are absolutely not just designed for sort of an older person. Anybody of any fitness can ride an e-bike and choose to. So you'll see lots of different new types of e-bikes coming through into the market. So e-bikes for commuting purposes, where you want to get through the city faster and a little bit more with ease, or as we said, compact e-bikes that can fold up. So again, if you're out and touring with your caravan or motorhome, you don't want to really be parallel parking your motorhome just to go and get a pint of milk. So get out the e-bike, hop on, whiz into the local town, get what you need and come back. They're just a really great viable form of transport.
I'm interested to see how the e-bike and motorhome or caravan equation works. I mean, would you see that Is it one of your biggest markets for a start? Is that where a big bit of uptake is on these bikes?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen the adoption through people that are touring, not only in the UK, but also using it for use in Europe. So there's a big chunk of that, as we call it, an e-traditional market. So it's bikes for leisure riders, so people that just want to go and explore the local area. That's a big proportion of the UK market, but we're seeing a new influx of people buying e-bikes for, as I said, commuting purposes, but also it's moving into sport as well. So electric mountain bikes is a very fast growing segment in the UK. So people using it because they can go and experience those trails and ride them twice as long and have twice as much fun, really, as opposed to just riding a traditional pedal cycle.
It does seem that also the type of e-bike now, they're becoming there's much more variety than there was, I think, when they first started out. Can you talk through kind of the different categories that you guys offer and how the different market or different audience for them would change?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the same thing with a traditional bike, really, that you see in the electric bike market. So depending on what you need your bike for, you can choose a bike, whether it's for leisure, for touring, so if you're going for a further distance ride, or whether you're looking to go bike packing. Also, if you just want something that is small and compact, you can choose a folding e-bike. The biggest section of e-bikes that we've got for Raleigh is in the e-traditional, the leisure segment. So this ideally is designed for people that want to go out and experience a long journey, but also have the added assurance and confidence that you've got Raleigh as a great British brand. We've been around for over 135 years, and you'll see Bosch motors on our e-bikes. So this is first class technology that really provides confidence to the rider. But again, similar to when you're picking a bike, it's down to what you want to use it for, really. So whether you want something that's going to take you all weekend on a single charge, where you're riding lots of miles and rough terrain, for instance, or whether you need something which is just a small compact e-bike that will take you a short journey, say for instance to the local town or down the canal path. It really does depend on what your user requirements are. But at Raleigh, we've got a massive range of e-bikes, and we see the Motus and the Centros range of bikes in our portfolio taken up most by the Caravan and Motorhome Club members.
I'm interested to know a bit about the practicalities of these bikes when you're out on the road. How does charging work, and typically how far can I go between full charges?
Yeah, I mean, we get asked this all the time. There's a lot of dependencies on how far your charge will last. For instance, the terrain that you're riding on, whether it's flat or predominantly uphill. Also things like headwinds and weather conditions. So if you're riding into a headwind on full assistance, then it's going to take up much more power to do your journey. Again, weight of rider, all the sorts of variables like that. But on average, if you're looking at one of the top spec of e-bikes, it can take you up to say 100 miles on a single charge, which for most people that's more than you require. The lower end of e-bikes will sort of take you from 40 miles onwards, which again, if you look at the average length of a bike ride, which is usually about 8 miles in the UK, they're more than capable of taking you on that wild adventure and that journey off the beaten track. So they do provide the confidence that you can go anywhere and see those sites that are previously not accessible by foot by just jumping on your e-bike.
And in terms of charging, is that something that happens only when I'm plugged in, when I'm hooked up at the campsite, or does it happen when I'm driving 12 volts through my cigarette lighter? How does that work?
So basically, it's really, really simple. You can either charge the battery on the bike without taking it off, or you can remove it and charge it remotely. It's simply charged via a 3-pin plug, so it's nice and simple. So you could charge it inside your caravan or your motorhome when you're parked up. As I said, if you've got a decent a decent sort of caliber of battery, so you're looking at the 400, 500 watt upwards battery sizes, they're probably going to last you the duration of a weekend if you're riding in normal conditions. So, you know, peace of mind that you can get out there. And also there's an indicator on your user interface that shows you how much range you've got left. So again, it just adds a little bit more confidence. But yeah, absolutely, Matt, you know, it's simple of either plug it in on the bike or just charge it in your motorhome or caravan.
Clearly, you know, there's been big uptake from members of your bikes. Are you getting any kind of feedback from them, how they're using them, you know, which bits they're particularly enjoying?
Yeah, absolutely. We get lots of lovely feedback from our users. It's really brilliant to see. We had one story from a lady called Christine who had taken up cycling again. She'd not ridden for many decades, and they essentially visited all the old places that they went to when they were first dating. So it was really beautiful because they'd really struggled to get out with mobility issues. So bought these e-bikes, they're off every single weekend, touring somewhere new, exploring old haunts as well as new. So really lovely stories, but also stories of people that have maybe not been confident just to get on a normal bicycle until they tried an e-bike, and it suddenly filled them with this ability and this confidence that they can get on and ride anywhere because they've got the added assistance of the electric element, just to really empower them on their way. So yeah, lots of lovely stories from our users.
Typically, how often would I have to buy a new battery, and are they expensive when you have to do that?
Yeah, I mean, the batteries that are supplied on our bikes are lithium ion, which means they're very intelligent and they are also very effective. If you deplete your battery every single time and charge it up to full, you'll find you'll get a really long lifespan out of your battery. They'll typically last around 1,000 charges, which if you think about how far each charge will take you, they have quite a long duration. They are quite expensive to replace them. But as I said, if you look after them well, then you won't have to replace them for many years. Also, we offer care packages as well with your batteries that we can support you on.
Oh, it's great to hear. Listen, Michelle, thank you so much. It is one of the best ways, I think, to see the countryside is to get out on a bike, and knowing that you're going to get back without being too puffed out as well. That just gives you that extra confidence. Lovely talking to you today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Matt.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks ever so much. Bye-bye.